Vet minicamp day 2, and this one was a little bit different than yesterday. What is up, Finn fans? Yes, vet minicamp day 2, and this was a good practice, better on offense, better from Tua. I have Mike McDaniel's presser. I have a Connor Williams presser with some surprising information. Tua Tagovailoa's presser, and I have some video of him talking, and it gets real spicy. If you follow me on Twitter, you know what I'm talking about. And I have some tidbits. We all know you guys like tidbits from on the field stuff. But without further ado, let's jump into this and let's talk about little tidbits from on the field. First and foremost, Ryan Fitzpatrick has retired, and being a Dolphin for 2 years, it's funny, on Twitter I asked, like, what team is he gonna retire with? And fun fact, he was with Buffalo for 4 years. I think he was with Buffalo for the most time out of his ventures, from Buffalo to it was Rams to Buffalo to Tennessee, I think, to Tampa, to the Jets, to Miami, to Washington. There might be a team I might have missed in between there, but he's with Buffalo for the most of that time. So it wouldn't be. He's technically, I guess, a Buffalo Bill when he retires. But Fitz is retired. The hip injury last year kind of knocked him out real big. So he has retired, and we all love Fitz from 2019 to the beginning of 2020. We all love Fitz. So it's nice to see him, gallop off on that horse. Hopefully he starts coaching. Supposedly Amazon is really interested in bringing him in some type of aspect. So he had a good career. In my eyes, never made the playoffs, but he was one of those polarizing figures. So good to you, Fitz. The other news, Javon Holland is wearing that orange jersey today. So well-deserved after yesterday getting a sack, and I think he had a few pass breakups. Really, really good. The news of the day is Tua Tagovailoa's connection to Tyreek Hill on 2 deep passes. One of them went for 61 yards. He threw it 51 in the air. Tyreek caught it, took it the other 10, and the other was about a 40-yard pass that it took it down to the 5. I think the video I have here that I'll pop up is the 40-yard pass. I don't know. I don't think this was the 61-yard touchdown pass because, again, he caught it, and then he took it the other 10 more yards for a 61-yard touchdown, whereas this video that I'll probably loop for you guys, it seems Hill kind of stopped. So I'm wondering if this is the 40-yarder down to the 5-yard line. But Tua came out, and he was throwing some rockets today. Good on him. Tua also with a nice throw to Waddle after recognizing Baker pressure, ran away from it and hit Waddle on the move. Essentially what he missed yesterday with Mike Gesicki on a would-be touchdown, he made the same exact play to Waddle. And again, Tua is the type of guy who's going to learn from his mistakes. We'll hear from him talking about yesterday and how he went about it today. Tyreek Hill also with another touchdown on the goal line, so that is 2 touchdowns from Tyreek Hill today. Sealer, another dominant guy. Again, I'm talking about him all the way back to 2019. Gets into the backfield on multiple occasions. Jalen Phillips with another would-be sack today. Christian Wilkins showing incredible effort again all over the field. Javon Holland and Brandon Jones are locking down the backfield, completely not letting the backside of the defense, essentially, not letting anyone down there, directing traffic, calling out plays all over the field. Absolutely love it. Like I said, great tandem that we have in Brandon Jones and Javon Holland. Very young guys that we're going to have for a very long time. Nick Needham, excellent today. And Trill Williams pulling down an interception. They did not say from who, if you guys know, or if I find out while I'm reading another article today, because again, we're going to get to another article that has more information. Very good on Trill Williams. Again, more sources of information today. This is from Alan Poupart. I hope I said your name right. Poupart says it was undeniable, much better practice from Tua Tagovailoa than he had on Wednesday when he struggled. He says, as for the deep passes, the notion that Tua doesn't have the arm strength to throw those is silly. And I agree. He says the question about arm strength doesn't, or at least shouldn't, have anything to do with the ability to complete a deep pass. Arm strength is about the ability to zip the pass into tight windows or get some velocity when feet aren't set. And I agree 100%. But also, I've shown you proof of that. Go back and watch my Tua's best and worst throws of last year, and I've shown you passes where it's 3rd and 15 against the Jaguars. As he's getting sacked, he throws a pass to Jalen Waddle in between 2 defenders for the first down. And yes, there's issue on completing deep passes, but that's on a consistent basis. Agreed, Alan. Couldn't have said it better myself. Regardless, Tua wasn't having it when discussion came to narrative about his lack of idle arm strength. We'll get to that. I have video on that. Tua said he hadn't seen the Hill social media showing a series of long completions, but he did say this. But were they on the money? Like it, take it. So again, it was a very good day by Tua Tagovailoa. A very good day by him. The defense was still dominant, which we expect. 100% expect the defense to be dominant. Expect them to have the upper hand on the offense, being that it is the same exact defense. There is no additions. There's no new playbook. There's nothing. They have a 2-year advantage on the offense. We expect that. Now, this is what Mike McDaniel had to say. He says, I've been waiting for those moments where you have a slight obstacle. Tua is very critical of his ball placement. Yesterday, he had some throws where he was demanding of himself. And that's what McDaniel said. He said he was waiting for that adversity, waiting for that little hiccup and to see how Tua bounced back from it. And there it is. He says he has a ton of energy. I'm very, very happy with his effort today. It was one of a million reps. You need to handle the scrutiny and pressure. Today was the first day I really got to evaluate Tua, and I agree. And that is something we see from this kid. And again, you got to take yourself out of your bias, regardless if you're in love with the guy or you think he's a bust and he needs to go. Take yourself out of it and just watch him play. And just watch how he learns from his mistakes and doesn't do it again. We saw it when the Patriots game in 2020, where he threw a dumb interception at the goal line, didn't do it again, ran in twice for a touchdown. That's his biggest quality, besides his pocket presence and his accuracy, is he learns from his mistakes. And you saw it from yesterday. He missed Gesicki on a potential rollout touchdown pass. What does he do today? Hits Waddle on the same exact pass and is just on the money with it. He says Tua's coming into his own and letting his guard down compared to April. We'll get to that. He says on the vet's assessment of Tua, he says players know when they are around good players. And that is 100% correct. Marcus Spears talked about it. If the guy is struggling, if the guy sucks, they're not going to come out and say raving things about him. I've said this time and time again. They're going to be hush-hush about it. Yeah, he's getting there and he's working hard and blah, blah, blah. He says when you're trying to install a new offense to a set of guys, you could have the coolest plays, but if they aren't executed, your play isn't cool. So essentially, like, if the play deteriorates, if the route isn't run crisp, if whatever happens and you still make the play and it still looks nice, it still looks fancy, it's still not cool, because going up against a different type of defense, a different type of team, they're going to eat that. So you need to be on top of that stuff. He says, I don't get excited when stuff works because I know a humbling experience is coming. I loved what McDaniel had to say today, and I love the stuff that he had to talk about today when it came to being humble. Don't take this and be like, oh, see, blah, 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 or we're on a 3-game winning streak. You can be humbled very quick. Absolutely love that. And I have this video of Mike McDaniel kind of talking about Tua's arm strength.
Get a receiver down the field past, 55, 60 yards when in what we call one-hitch timing. So it's about, you have to have a prerequisite arm strength to be able to throw it 60, in my opinion. And then if you're not going to be able to anticipate and you have to see something happen before you do it, you probably need to throw 70, because you have to wait to see it, and then the receiver gets down further. Hopefully you have the protection. The way we've always operated since 2005 when I got in the league is if a quarterback can see the defense and is accurate, then you just see if he can throw it 60 yards. I think he might have had a 55-yarder today, but That's why you hear no cause for concern at all from the players, because they know that too. Like he's plenty fast, and the great thing is he sees the field. He's not throwing the ball 85 yards, but I don't see the practical application of an 85-yard thrower unless you have the best offensive line in the history of football.
That ending was absolutely perfect. Essentially, if you didn't pick up on what Mike McDaniel was saying, he was saying essentially, you got to see the field. You got to be quick with seeing the field. You got to be quick with scanning the field and realizing what you're looking at. And when it came with Tua, he's very quick at that, is what Mike McDaniel's saying. You might have a different opinion, but that's what Mike McDaniel's saying. Because if you're late on these passes, and if you're late on recognizing a guy's open down the field, instead of having to throw a 40, 50-yarder, you have to throw that 60-yarder because you're late on recognizing it, so you have to put the ball further out there. But he even said at the end that, first he says the players recognize to his arm strength, essentially, and he said that to throw a 70, 60, even 80-yarder, you'd have to have the best offensive line in the history of football. And everyone wanted Tua to throw more. Everyone wanted Tua to throw the ball down more. Everyone kept saying, oh, he can, or he doesn't. I'll be the one to say I've seen some plays where he's missed open guys and he's been a little inconsistent. But when you have an offensive line that gives you less than 2 seconds on 41% of your passes, it's a little bit hard to throw the ball down the field like that. But that's what Mike McDaniel had to say. This is very interesting, this from Connor Williams, right? Connor Williams came out and essentially said, as of now, it's the understanding that he will be playing center. He said he was told by the Dolphins he will likely play center, and what I'm hearing is Liam Eichenberg might be playing left guard. So you can pencil that in now, that Connor Williams is the center. So we have Teron Armstead left tackle, either Solomon Kinley or Liam Eichenberg as left guard. You have Connor Williams as center, Robert Hunt at right guard, and then probably Austin Jackson at right tackle. Or it seems like that's his job to lose. So Connor Williams is going to be the Dolphins center, and that's probably why they're not in such a rush to go out and get J.C. Tretter. So that is very interesting. I thought that him taking snaps at center was more precautionary and that he'll be the left guard. But from his own mouth, he said his understanding is he will be playing center, and the Dolphins told him he will likely be playing center for them. So I find that very, very interesting. Now let's talk about Tua. We're going to get to Tua's press conference. He says he gets pretty hard on himself after his Wednesday's mini camp practice. That's just who the kid is. I've never had a coach like this who is extremely positive. He says that the respect that he has in the locker room is tremendous. The guys love him. Again, you can take whatever you hear from the rumors from Brian Flores, and there's players that have said things or to reporters and all that stuff, but it does feel like a different atmosphere. And like I said, take that with what you want, right? Tua also says the way I share things with him is a sort similar to the way I share things with the guys in the locker room. The comfortability with him is getting pretty comfortable. He can have that discussion. Listen, coach, I'm more comfortable with this. I'm not comfortable with this. Or, hey, what do you need from me? Let's sit down, do this, blah, blah, blah. So I find that very, very interesting. But I know for a fact you guys want to talk about or hear what he had to say. So I'm going to play the video for you guys. So this is essentially Tua, and he had some things to say.
Yeah, if you've seen the third to the last play we had, I don't know if I could throw the ball downfield still. But by my account, I think that might have been a touchdown to Tyreek. If not, then we scored 2 plays after that to Tyreek. So, however you want to write down any of that to social media or whatever outlets you guys are with, you do so.
Can you talk about your timing overall with Tyreek, and is there a play outside of that stuck out today that you think you guys shows your timing?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's pretty cool having a guy like Tyreek, but you have other guys that are, extremely talented, very fast as well, that kind of help out with Tyreek being open. You have Waddle, you have, Gesicki. So everyone has to cover every part of the field, and, I mean, it should be a lot easier to get these guys the ball. Although, playing against our defense, it's still good stuff.
With this team,
from him wearing hoodies and sweatshirts and sweating out here,
Yeah.
so he can mimic that. And then even the music, and he lets you guys pick music by being the
Talking about Mike
player of the
McDaniel
day.
here.
Yeah.
Just talk about that and just being in tune with that.
Yeah, swaggy. That's what I gotta say about Coach Mike. I call him Mystic Mac. Just like Conor McGregor, this dude he loves to predict stuff. So call him Mystic Mac. But the respect that he has in the locker room, tremendous. The guys love him.
Tua, you mentioned earlier about the narrative about the arm strength. What do you think about that? That every time somebody talks about you, it's he can't throw deep.
Yeah, well, like I said, all the bad news I hear from Ann. Ann tells me, hey, I don't know if you heard about this, but they say that. I'm like, Ann, why would you want to bring that up to me? But she brings it up just so I'm aware with the questions that you guys are going to ask me. For me, it's just zone that out. I mean, we come out to practice. Everyone else, Twitter warriors, keyboard warriors, whatever you want to call them, they're not out here practicing with us working hard. So I don't know if you guys recorded that last one to Tyreek, but
Well, we're not allowed to film that.
I don't know about you, but that looked like money.
I like this too. I like this too a lot. So again, some people have said on Twitter that, it's funny that he's getting bothered by people, and he doesn't. If Ann, who is like one of the reps and the executives for their social media, essentially informs him of things that are happening on Twitter. He's not on Twitter. He doesn't follow Twitter. The only things that this man ever tweets about is his foundation. He's busy golfing. He's busy on the practice field. So she tells him, just so he knows when he goes out to meet with the media. But I love that he's like, I don't know if you saw that last one, but it was money. So I like what he had to say, and good for him. Good for him just being like, I don't give a crap. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna practice. These keyboard warriors aren't out here. They aren't practicing with us there. And I keep saying that. I get into these discussions with certain people that assume they know what the play was, assume they know what the coach said to him or anyone on what they want to accomplish in that route, what they want to accomplish in that whatever 5 seconds of footage we see. It's a lot of assumptions. So I love that he came out and he said that, and it was awesome. Absolutely awesome. But that's what I got for you. Be sure to comment below. I'm gonna get the comment of the day. Now, comment of the day is a little bit from yesterday. So yesterday for comment of the day, I was reading a lot of you guys' comments, and Tua had a very bad day yesterday. He was off. There's something about it. He was off. He had a bad day, bounce back day today. Good for him on getting back to that. But he was off, and some people in the comment section were just, I don't know. Even in Twitter, so this isn't good. Skylar Thompson, blah blah blah. And I was like, I expected this. People are going to blow things out of proportion, especially when it comes to minicamp. It's minicamp. But then one of you beautiful human beings sent me this video on Twitter, and this is minicamp. Deshaun Watson throwing an ugly pick six. And the point of me showing this isn't to say Tua is better than Deshaun Watson, because he's not. Deshaun Watson is a top 5 quarterback. You compare the two of them right now, you're be lying to yourself if you said Tua was better than Deshaun Watson. My point is, even top 5 quarterbacks have bad days. Quarterbacks have bad days at camp. You don't see anyone blowing that out of proportion. Well, it's because Deshaun Watson has Don't matter. Top quarterbacks have bad days. That's the whole point. It's a bad day from the quarterback. Relax, people. But that's what I got for you today. The Dolphins are off until Monday. Next Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday are the last 4 days of OTAs, and then they are done until July. They're off until mid-July. That's when I'm going to start doing my camp battle positions, breakdowns, and that's where I'm going to start doing all these cool top 10 videos and all this stuff I got planned for you guys during that dead part of the season. But I will see you guys probably tomorrow. I think I got a video planned for you guys tomorrow. And then if not tomorrow, definitely on Monday. But other than that, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. But like usual, stay classy, offense up.